fans, nice and quiet tonight. We might hear the man that built this radio. This is K5LYN. My name is Lynn. I'm in Austin. And we get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. A lot of us are on vacuum tube radios, and some folks come by on hybrids, and other people come by on modern radios that are interested in what we're doing, and you're all welcome. Buy-sell trades are appropriate, but let's keep them restricted to vintage radio, because there's plenty of other places to list your modern stuff. This is a good place to ask for technical advice, because a lot of information is present here, a lot of learned individuals, and a lot of people that have worked on a lot of radios. So if you got a problem, you might have some help here. Okay, I'm going to talk to the first 5 or 6 people that were early, and then I'll give it to Jay, and we'll give it to Jay for a while, then Rusty, and then we'll go around the table again, as long as the band holds up. Any comment before I call the first person? WB5TXW, talk to us, George, K5LYN.
K5LYN and all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. Lynn, give me a call on the repeater tonight or tomorrow. I have an idea about something topical. But I'm on the usual S line, 32S1, 75S3, 30L1, 75-meter antenna, and so forth. Oh, sure, 444. For sure, 444. So that's it, over.
Okay, yeah, I'll find you, George. And speaking of sure 444s, I'm on one also, and it's driving the cheap and easy SSB, the homebrew transmitter from QST 1956, built in recent years by KG7TR. And we'll be listening for Mike tonight. And I'm listening on the Drake 2B. Any last comments on your end, George?
Negative. Just a beautiful few days we've had, and we could use some rain. WB5TXW back to net.
We're pretty desperate for rain. The clay in my yard's turned it into brick. Nothing would grow there. All right. Hey, Nick, K5EF. How about it? K5LYN.
Hey, guys. K5EF. I'm over here with my good friend Ted, KN50, who's trying to help me network some computers over here for a logging program. And our networking skills together are not equaling a good sum. Anyway. Copying everybody fine, running 100B tonight, 600L, and my sloper antenna system. But everyone sounds good tonight, go ahead.
Great signal. I don't think there's anything you can do to make it any better. Beautiful strength, too. How am I sounding over on your end?
Oh, you're doing a good 20/9 on the Drake R4.
Okay, all right. The cheap and easy and the Johnson Viking Courier must be doing their thing. Anything else on your end, Nick?
No. Actually, I guess so. I'm actually homebrewing what was in GE Ham News back in 1961 and early part of 1962. It's the Compactron Receiver Project, and I've been working on that for the last couple of weeks now, and it's coming along pretty good.
Okay, I assume that's a vacuum tube project, right? Not solid state?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it uses compactron tubes, which are I guess you'd call it the last gasp in the tube world, where they package many multiple elements in one envelope. Good?
Oh, yeah, we know about those. All right, keep us posted on that, and you get a little bit further along, send us a picture.
Okay, will do.
Great to hear you, Nick. All right, let's move on down the road here. How about Robert, WW9W? Talk to us, Robert.
Okay, Lynn, K5LYN from WW9W. Good evening to you, Lynn. Good evening to everybody. All of the boat anchor operators, everybody's sounding good so far. I don't have much going on here, Lynn. I am on the Drake TR4C. Using the Shure 450 this evening, the Shure 450 microphone on it. Hopefully it's okay. I don't know. I hadn't ran a test with my buddy yet to see. He did say it was kind of tinny. But anyway, that's what's going on here. Looks like about 150 watts out from the radio into a Ultimac dual band 8040. That's the story here, Lynn. Appreciate you running it. Appreciate you, Jay, Rusty, all you guys. Back over to you. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you next time. K5LYN, WW9W.
Okay, Robert, absolutely an excellent signal out of that Drake equipment here tonight. Great to hear you. Okay, Dennis, you got some things for us. How about it? W5DPK, K5LYN.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and good evening, everybody on the net. This is Whiskey 5 Delta Papa Kilo. I might be hitting the audio a little bit too hard. Anyway, two things. First, the Ham Radio Traders Network on Facebook will be pulled down probably January 1st. We're going to move it over to MeWe, M-E-W-E. It's a similar platform to Facebook, but they don't follow you, they don't harass you, they don't tell you what you can and cannot do other than, outright pornography. They do have some morals. But we're going to make that move. The site is already up, Ham Radio Traders Network on MeWe. It's up. I've got about 40 members so far. So if you're a member of Ham Radio Traders Network on Facebook, take a look at MeWe. It's free. They do have a premium service. It costs $5 a month. Gives you some more goodies. Second thing is I'm kicking around the idea of changing the time of the Continental Traders Net on Sunday nights at 7:30. The band usually is FUBAR by then. And either move it earlier at, let's say, 6:30, or move it later till about 8:30 because of the band going long and then coming back a little shorter later on in the evening. I need your opinion on that, if that's going to cause any great problems for anybody. It's not doing us any good at 7:30 because I guess we're talking to Mars, but we're not talking down the road like we should be. So send me an email, W5DPK, Delta Papa Kilo, at yahoo.com. Tell me your preference, reasons why, stuff like that. And we're going to try to ride this thing out until 75 meters gets on its feet again and gets a little bit better. By the way, we do have some sunspots this week, so that's good to know. So that's it, Lynn. That's all I got. This is W5 Delta Papa Kilo.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. Sounds like a good plan. I will suggest that we maybe have to keep changing our plans as the band keeps changing on us. We never know when it's going to be open and when it's not, but flexibility will certainly work, and I join you guys occasionally. So we'll be in touch. Thanks for your comments, Dennis. Okay, KE5ZS. What do you talk to us, Danny? K5LYN.
All right. Good evening, Lynn, and everybody on the net. This is Kilowatt Echo 5 Zulu Sierra, a little bit northeast of San Antonio, running the same old Kenwood 830S with a Electro Voice RE27 and inverted V up about, I don't know what it's at right now, about 45 feet or something like that. And that's it here, just running about 135 watts or so. Everybody sounded good. Lynn, Jay, Rusty, appreciate y'all doing the net. I enjoy it every Wednesday. 7-3, KE5ZS.
Question. Okay, Danny. Very nice signal into Austin. I have a confession to make. Sometimes when I'm scribbling call letters real quick, a 5, a Z, and an S can all begin to look like each other. So please forgive my slowness in getting your call right. Any last comments, Danny, on your end?
No, that's it, man. But I love listening to all these radios that I couldn't afford when I was a kid.
That's right. That's exactly what many of us say. I've said that 100 times about the stuff I have here. I wanted these things when I was 15 years old. I couldn't have them then, but I can now. Okay, Jay, talk to him. Over to you, K5LYN.
Okay, does somebody have a question for Danny?
I had a question for Lynn. The fellow that was talking about the Traders Net and all that, was he on a solid state rig? I didn't ever hear him give a rig report.
I think so.
Okay, thank you.
He's probably on a flex.
That's right. using the alpha, though. It's got tuners.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. This is JKM5QS. And no, that's not JK5M, whatever. Anyway, the call is Kilo Mike 5 Quebec Sierra, just to be clear. And I am speaking to y'all this evening on a set of Kenwood Twins, 599 Deltas. They're the prettiest ones I've ever seen. And yeah, I've seen a few. But anyway, going through a TL922 amplifier, driving the whole thing with an Electro Voice 664 alpha microphone, going out through some homebrew open wire feed, through a homebrew tuner, which is also, I made that, and then I constructed the feed line, balanced feed line going up to the antenna, and it's a 160 meter kind of a perverted V dipole. And as long as it works, it'll stay there. Okay, get all that out of the way. First on my little list here is Lyle, K5LT. Come on down, sir.
Good evening, Jay, and everybody on the net. This is K5LT. It's Lyle, located a little bit northwest of Bernie, Texas, which is northwest of San Antonio, up in the beautiful hill country. Beautiful day here today. Certainly, and I agree with you, could use some rain. It's starting to get a little dry. Nothing too new around here. Starting the Heathkit SB101 tonight. Going through the Heathkit SB221 amplifier to the Heathkit SA2040 tuner. Out through ladder line to a double extended ZEP antenna running through the cedar trees. So everybody's sounding good. The band's holding up. We'll see how long it lasts. Good to hear everybody on tonight. Back to you, Jay. K5LT.
Okay, Lyle, good deal. Yep, well, I might ought to step it up a bit. I mean, like you say, we don't know what the band's going to do. You sound fine down here this evening, though, no problems. Yeah, I think I got some excellent Kenwood audio coming up here. Maybe. Let's see what Gerald's on this evening. Kilo Charlie 6, Charlie November.
Hey Jay and everybody on the net, good evening all. Yeah, I'm on the same Kenwood. I'm using a MC60 microphone, pushing my Virus rebuilt TS530SP. I got it rebuilt during lockdown. Running to a old Kenwood TL922 amplifier, only pushing about 550-600 watts. Going to a Palstar old AT1500 CV tuner to a 600 ohm ladder line doublet that's up at 40 feet. And I've been enjoying this new antenna. If I can hear them, it seems like I can work them. That's it for here. Nothing new. And everybody take care. Like listening to the old radio 73s.
Okay, Gerald, good deal. Yeah, it sounds great. That, like I said, I love this antenna. Somebody convinced me. At one time I thought coax was king, but I learned better. So thank you, sir. We'll see you next week, if not before. How about you, Hugo, November 5, Juliet, George X-Ray.
And 5JGF.
Go ahead, Hugo.
Yeah, I was listening in the background there, Jay. Good evening. Not much to report here. Just beautiful day. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans, and thank you for serving. And other than that, just spinning the dials and the memories here.
Good deal, Hugo. Alrighty, yeah, and thank you for saying that. I meant to say that a while ago, and it's one thing about getting old. Sometimes you want to do the right thing, and you just can't remember what it is. No, I didn't mean that. But it is Veterans Day, so everybody keep a kind spot in your heart and a prayer for those who served and those who gave everything for this country. And we will survive, regardless of politics. KE5Q, Jim, your turn.
All right, KM5QS in the net. This is Kilo Echo 5 Quebec. KE5Q, Jim in Plano. And tonight we're on the Drake Twins again, the R4B and the T4XB into the L4B, into the Ultimax 8040 double bazooka with a Shure 444. And appreciate you guys calling the net, and then we'll send it back there to you. KM5QS, KE5Q Plano.
Jay, did you get Hugo's rig?
No, I did. Hugo, are you on solid state?
Yeah, he is.
My rig?
Yes.
My rig is a Kenwood TS2000, and that's what I'm currently using.
Okay, I should have known that. Did you get that, Mike?
Sure did.
Okay. Alrighty, how about forever paying taxes? Terry, are you ready?
Hey, Jay, this is Paul in Jasper, Texas, W5FPT. Hello to everyone out there in Radio Land. Tonight we're running a 520S, going into a, what am I thinking here? Amp supply tender and into a LK 450 Beats NTC amplifier, and then out to a G5R vehicle. All antennas running out there about 30 feet off the ground. Jay, thanks for picking me up. Y'all do a great job, and I love listening to these old radios. W5FPT.
All righty, thank you. Sorry about that, Paul. I don't know why I said Terry. I forgot what I was doing, I suppose. Anyway, Paul, good deal. And we'll maybe see you next week. Rusty, I think it's about your turn. So, WK5R. Oh, wait. Nope, stop. Hold the phone. I have something that somebody out there might be interested in. I have a excess to my needs Kenwood TS820S. It is not the one I've been using recently, but it is the one I was using just before that. It works fine, but I have a feeling that it's going to need the high voltage capacitors, and probably sometime fairly soon. It still tunes up to maximum power out, but it just is giving me that indication. I would be willing to part with that thing with a microphone for $250. I have it's a Electro Voice, I guess you'd call it a power mic. I think it's an Electro Voice, unless somebody has just glued that little badge on there. I don't know, but anyway, I'll include that microphone with the rig, TS820S. And here's fine, no problem, but you're probably going to need caps. $250 for the whole deal. I'll meet somebody at a reasonable distance to trade it off. We don't want to ship it, but we can work something out. I can be reached, if anyone's interested, by email at my call, km5qs@outlook.com, and that's also good on QRZ, or at 361-453-2731. 361-453-2731. It's your turn, Rusty.
Okay, Jay. Anybody need any pills on Jay's listing? If not. Anyway, good evening, folks. I am Rusty. This is WK5R. I'm on the usual Helicopters HT37. Driving the GS35B amplifier at about 11 or 1200 watts into a homebrew fan dipole up at 50 feet. And the microphone is the usual Audio Technica AT2035. Alright. And who else? Let me see. KB5 NMK. Are you still up there in Oklahoma there, Tommy? I guess he moved on. KB0UOZ, how about you, Perry? Don't hear him. KC5L, Tom, San Antonio?
Hey, good evening, Rusty. This is Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. Thanks for picking me up. Good evening to everyone on the Bone Anchors Net. Tonight we're running a Central Electronics 200B with a D104 microphone, and that's driving a Central Electronics 600L doing about 300 watts into a Johnson KW matchbox and a homebrew doublet, 100 feet long, up about 15 feet. And we're listening on an R390A. And that's about all I have this evening. Just hope we get some rain here before too long. So 73s, and back to you, Rusty, KC5L.
Okay, Tom. The Central Electronic Station sounds good as usual. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
OJB.
Hey, go ahead, Denver.
All right, this is Rim5 OJB from Dallas, Texas, and I'm running an OTS 830S tonight, driving an NCL 2000 and into an inverted V fan dipole, and just having a good time listening to all of you. And thanks to Lynn and you and Jay, all three, for doing the nets for us. M5 OJB, back to you.
Okay, Denver. Yeah, the 830 and the NCL 2000 sounds good. You are a little bit hot, but nothing else is wrong. All you got to do is crank the mic down back just a hair. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
N0GBK.
N0GBK up in Nebraska. Go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Rusty in the net. You're just sounding great up here in South Central Nebraska tonight. This is N0GBK Kurt, and tonight I'm on my Galaxy GT550 station. So I'm running a straight 550, not 550A. Running a 550 with the remote VFO RV550, speaker console SC550, and Shure 444D microphone, and an outboard digital display, the DD103, and using that with an off-center fed antenna for about 25 feet. So a beautiful day up here in Nebraska today, and looks like we're going to have some warm weather the rest of the week. So thanks for letting me check in, and everybody sounds good. K5R from N0GBK.
Okay, Kurt. Yeah, the Galaxy 550 sounds good there. Sounds good from Nebraska. And enjoy the warm weather while you can, because we know old man winter is starting to creep in. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo 5 X-Ray Bravo.
Kilo 5 X-Ray Bravo, I believe it was. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Rusty. It's K5XP, Kilo 5 X-Ray Bravo. Larry and Emery next door to you there, Rusty. Swan 350A again tonight, and that's Shure Brothers 404C microphone. The antenna's about 30 feet. It's a dipole, but a double bazooka style dipole. Over.
Roger. You did say a Drake TR4C, is that what it was?
Swan 350A.
Oh, I don't know how I got that other out there. I should have remembered that. Anyway, Swan sounds good there, Larry. I appreciate you checking in. Anything else for the net?
Kilo 5 Hotel Papa Golf.
Okay, Papa Golf, stand by. Anything else for the net, Larry?
No, Rusty, we're good, thanks. We'll listen to the net, thanks. 73.
Okay, Papa Golf, go ahead.
Yeah, K5 HPG, Kilo 5 Hotel Papa Golf in Petal, Mississippi. The name here is Hugh. My rig tonight is a Central Electronics 20A 458 VFO. Sennheiser 421 mic, and I'm driving a pair of Homebrew 4-400s. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. Central Electronics sounds great from Mississippi there, Hugh. I appreciate you checking in. Anything else for the net?
No, just forgot to say I'm listening on the Drake 2B, so thank you.
Okay, Hugh, appreciate you checking in. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Rusty, there's Rick down in Harlingen, ADC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ADC. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, good evening, Rusty. This is WD5ADC, Rick, down in the Rio Grande Valley. And tonight I'm on the usual GSB 100. Receiver's a Drake 2B. And the amplifier's temporarily a TL922A Kenwood. I'll go into an antenna in the backyard, inverted V, up about 30 feet.
Okay, Rick. Yeah, the Gonjet station, along with it, help from the Kenwood is sounding great there. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
AG5 X-Ray Papa.
Was that Kilo Golf 5 X-Ray Papa? Go ahead.
Alpha Golf AG5 XP. This is Kenneth up in Brownwood. We're talking to you on about 200 pounds worth of helicopter comprised of a HT32A transmitter with a 33.8 power amp. Got it going at a G5 RV antenna and got it all under the control of a D104 microphone. Everybody's sounding pretty good tonight. Appreciate everybody keeping this stuff going. Back to Ned.
Okay, yeah, the helicopter's HT-32 sounds good there. Appreciate you checking in. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
WA5DSS.
WA5DSS, is that correct?
Roger.
Go right ahead.
Okay, this is Whiskey Alpha 5 Delta Sierra Sierra. Name is Bill. We're in Kerrville. Tonight we're on a Kenwood DS 830S using the MC50 mic, and it's running barefoot into a Ultimax 8040 up about 38 feet at the apex. Back to the net.
Okay, yeah, Bill, I remember you now. 830 sounds great down there from the home of the Kerrville Tabby Wildcats. Catch you later. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Whiskey 5 Delta Kilo.
W5DK, go ahead.
Transceiver and an L4 amp, early serial number, and
W5DK, I did not get all you were saying there. I don't know if that was you that was drifted off frequency or somebody else coming in on top of us. I couldn't tell. Anybody else copy that?
Yeah, he was moving around. He'd go up and then down.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I'm getting a lot of splatter from the side there. Can you try it again, DK? And what rig are you on?
Rusty, you're moving all over the place.
I am?
You're on 3870.
Well, I don't know. Hang on.
Hang on what? You're not exactly on Rusty, but you're pretty close. The people on 68 and 69 are being really ungentlemanly, and they're not performing to normature amateur radio professionalism. Oh, we got the extra today. Anyway, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, that was Don, W5DK. Hey, let's find out. Don, are you back with us? Well, he was jumping around, Rusty. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm back on now, ain't I?
You're good enough.
Okay. Sorry about that, Don. I don't know. I wasn't touching my knob, but I guess my transmitter was chasing you. Funny thing to go on here. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, looks like I hit the end of my string, and I'm moving again. Hang on.
Hello.
K5LYN WK5R. Go ahead, Lynn.
Okay. All right, Rusty, do I sound like I'm more or less where I need to be?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, good evening, folks. It is kind of a challenge tonight because we're starting early. We're competing with the folks on 73, our friends on the No Traffic Net, and I'm not sure who the other folks are, but hope everybody will just give us a little room here. This is K5LYN, Lynn in Austin, on the cheap and easy SSB, homebrewed by KG7TR, and we'll see if Mike is in there by any chance. And also listening on the Drake 2B here. We didn't count the number of Drake 2Bs, but there's at least 3, maybe 4. And I've got the Q multiplier peaked all the way up, and I can still hear some of these other folks. Let's call Mike right quick. KG7TR. Mike, are you there by any chance? K5LYN.
Yeah, there's a private copy of drop as an AM station right on top of it. Go ahead.
Okay.
There, Lynn, but he says it's real rough.
Okay, we heard you, Mike. If you're hanging around, we might find it a little bit better a little bit later. But we did copy you. Yeah, it's tough on all around. We've got lots of competition here. All right, this is K5LYN, Lynn and Austin. Who else for the net tonight?
K5CXG.
CXG, Bob, talk to us.
Okay, K560, Bob and San Angelo. It is rough. Got them guys down there. Down frequency that are really creating havoc. And got the ones above frequency. It's just a mess. But hearing everybody, good evening to everybody, and everybody sounds good. One I can hear. And won't keep it long, but everybody have a good week. Oh, Lynn, I'm sorry to hear about Al. One of them 520s was he got from me, and I don't know where he got the other one. But he sure did like them old 520s. And Al had sent me a handbook and other things. I'll miss him. His son lives here. I probably ought to call him. But anyway, I'm sorry to hear about that. K560.
Well, he lived a long life. You know, he was still an active ham at 85, 86 years old, and he just passed away back in, I believe it was April, but we had lost track of him because his family moved him, and they found my name and phone number in a pile of stuff and gave me a call. That's how it happened, Bob. Over.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I've often wondered what happened to him. You know, there's a couple of guys who lost track of like that before. And when they passed away, like old Bill Hardy, you remember him, KZM, and just a lot of these guys are slipping away, and I hate to hear it.
Well, we'll catch up with them, you know, one of these days. Yeah, that we're talking about W5SFN, who was a regular here on the net for many years, and I ended up with his estate, which we'll talk about when the time comes. Okay, Bob, anything else on your end?
No, sir. Not really, but I'll keep that in mind. We'll see you, Lynn. Everybody have a good week. Okay?
What's his rig, Lynn?
Okay. Hey, Bob, tell us what you're on tonight.
I am cheating. I got in late. I had to get new tires for the truck, and we're on the Yaesu Mark V.
Okay, well, it's putting a whopper of a signal in, along with everybody else on 80 meters tonight. Part of our problem is that the band is just wide open and everybody's strong. But great signal, Bob. And by the way, those two 520S's are part of the estate. I haven't assessed them yet, but we'll get to it this week. All right, let's see. Who else for the net tonight? K5LYN calling and listening. Okay, EDX. Byron, talk to us.
Yeah, Lynn, K5LYN in the net, W85EDX in beautiful Bluffdale, Texas, except not in beautiful Bluffdale tonight. I'm operating portable 5 in beautiful St. Augustine, Texas, when it's about spit distance from Louisiana over here on Highway 21. So, I had to take my portable rig, which is not a boat anchor, but a dinghy anchor, an Icon 736. And I didn't get here till like 5 o'clock this evening, and pulled up the dipole and hooked up the rig here, and sat back with 807 and seeing who all was checking in. But everybody sounds good, and that sounds good. Even that fellow I heard, I think I heard a New Zealand accent in there. Anyhow, hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the lovely weather we're having right now. I guess that's all I have about a rig. I did take a long way down here today. Stopped off of I-20 and picked up another Kenwood. Kenwood 830. It needs a little work. They'll make you get it on back in Bluffdale and put it on the bench and work on it a while. Back to you, Lynn. K5LYN. W5EN.
Okay, Byron, copied you 100%. Even though there's a lot of activity right on this part of the band, we're copying you 100% there. And I'm glad to hear you're staying busy working on radios. That's a great way to spend our time these days. All right, who else for the boat anchors? K5LYN calling and listening.
K0SED.
Hey, Steve, Mr. SED. Tell us about it.
Well, good evening, land, all the boat anchors. K0SED and Tyler. Oh, good job. Regular old Kenwood 520 and a Collins 30L1, a fan dipole up about 40-odd feet. And that's about it from Tyler. Back to you, Lynn. K0SED.
Oh, yeah, great signal, Steve. Always have a nice one when the band is open. Good to hear you. Okay, who else wants to talk boat anchors? K5LYN, listening.
W5BTM.
Hey, Ralph, you're right here in the room with me. Tell us all about it.
Well, good evening there, Lynn. K5LYN and the net N5BTM. Name's Ralph. We're in Spring, 30 miles north of the Sanctuary City. Green machines working tonight, evidently. SB100, SB600 speaker. And that's driving a homebrew GS35B amplifier with a running about 800 watts or so. And antenna's a trap dipole in the inverted V configuration, and we're going through a Drake MN2700 and a Shure 444 microphone. And you're right, it is kind of crowded above and below, but everybody seems to be poking right through it. Oh, back to you, Lynn. You got a good signal down here. N5BTM.
Okay, Ralph. Yeah, the band is just wide open, you know, and maybe we're just hearing people that are usually where they are, but we don't usually hear them. I don't know what the deal is, but it's a very crowded place here tonight. Okay, any last comments on your end, Ralph?
Just glad it's all still working.
Yeah, we all are. I can second that. All right, hey, Jay, I probably talked enough here. How about it? KM5QS, K5LYN.
Yeah, I got a couple of spots in here to fill in, I think. Check, let's see, this is Jay again, KM5QS with the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Let me see if Tommy got back on up there in Oklahoma. KB5 November Mike Kilo, are you back? Well, maybe propagation changed. I know that, let's see, Roger's probably hearing me. KG5IHA. Well, maybe not. But I'm sure that Mike hadn't finished his list yet. KL7CD.
Oh, as long as they're calling, I'm still writing them down best I can. Thanks, Jay. Tonight, I'm on the Helicrafters Twins, SX117 receiver, HT44 transmitter. I do have the matching speaker and power supply for the HT44, and that runs into a Heathkit SB220, running about 900 watts, and that goes via coax, no tuner in line yet. I'll talk about that in a minute. Via coax to a dipole up about 25 feet. Microphone is a D104. And if you've got just a second, Jay, I'd like to call Tom there if I can. AC5L, is that okay?
Sure, go ahead.
AC5L, Tom, are you still on frequency?
KC5L, go ahead.
Yeah, Tom, this is Mike, KL7 Charlie Delta down here in New Braunfels, Texas. I'm trying to put a kilowatt matchbox in line with these old rigs, and I was just wondering if you use the internal relay for your central electronics and your whatever it is. It's a 290, 390, I think it is. I know it's a military receiver. If you're using the internal relay and taking your receiver signal off of those terminals in the back.
That's affirmative, Mike. I am using the internal relay for TR switching. It's driven by the 120 volt switched output from the central electronics 200V, and I have the R398 connected to the two receive screws on the back of the KW Matchbox. So we're 100% old school legit here with our KW Matchbox setup. Over.
Yeah, okay, Tom, perfect. That's what I'm trying to do here. Reading the manual, the output impedance from the matchbox is 300 ohms. I don't know how you've got it connected to your 390 or 390A, whatever it is, but the input impedance on my receiver is 50 to 70 ohms, and so I'm trying to figure out a way. I think the book says, the manual says, that I can cut a few turns off of the coil that it taps onto and lower the impedance. How do you have it connected to your 398? Does it go to the 600 ohms, or what does it go to?
I have mine connected to the balanced input, on the 390A. It's a 100 ohm input. I'm using RG62, I believe it is, which is a 100 ohm coax, and that's connected to the 300 ohm receive output from the KW Matchbox. I don't think it really makes any difference. The antenna trim on the R390A, I believe, allows me to basically match the impedance that the receiver sees. So I'm not terribly motivated to go in there and adjust the coil to try to get an exact 100 ohm impedance match. I think it's close enough, and I doubt if, particularly if you have a pre-selector or antenna trim on your receiver, that it's going to make that much of a difference. But anyhow, that's just my 2 cents. KC5L.
Okay, KC5L KL7CD. Well, that's good to know. I do have a pre-selector on the SX117. I don't have I don't have an antenna trim. But I may just try hooking it up direct and see how that works. I appreciate the information.
Roger, KC5L.
Okay, back to you, Jay.
Okay, Mike, good deal. That's yeah. I was thinking also that the receiver is not going to be as critical on impedance matching as your transmitter would be. But what do I know? Anyway, that sounds good. Anything else there, Mike?
Oh, that's about it. Maybe next week I'll have the Matchbox in line and give you all a report on how that's working out.
There you go. That'll work. I'll probably be on something different next week myself. Who knows? All right. This is KM5QS with the Boat Anchors Unlimited, a accredited net, authorized and sanctioned by the ARRL, and at least 36 of us people here tonight anyway. So, therefore, anybody else that we haven't talked to yet would like to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited.
India 5, Ocean Sugar.
Delta Papa Kilo.
Okay, let me see. Ocean Sugar, and then I'll get Papa Kilo. Go ahead, Ocean Sugar.
Hey, good evening, folks. I'm not really talking I'm not really using a boat anchor, but I sure do love the sound. I'm on a Kenwood 480HX using the MC43 desk mic, running 200 watts out my inset wire, and can hear you guys. Y'all sound really good over here in Cedar Park, Texas. So just thought I would come in and say good evening. And see how you guys are going. Certainly really enjoying hearing all the audio coming on radio. It'd be fun to, maybe at some point I'll get one, because it would certainly be fun to have an old tube-type piece of gear to work with there. So I'll go ahead and jump out. This is AI5OS. Back to that.
Okay, was that you, Justin?
Yes, sir. It is I, indeed.
Okay, I thought it was. We do have a little interference, but you're coming through it pretty good. So, all righty, good deal. Papa Kilo, your turn.
Yeah, this is W5 Delta Papa Kilo. I've got a third-party listing. Would that be okay?
Is it a boat anchor?
Well, he's looking for a boat anchor is what he is.
Okay, yeah, then that would be fine.
Okay, this guy's name is Eric. He's in Wichita, Kansas. I'll give you his call here shortly. He's looking for a Collins R390 Alpha, R390A, and or a 30L1, Collins 30L1 amplifier. He's like to buy one or trade. He has some HF stuff. Let's see, he's got a FT-DX3000 Delta he might trade for some boat anchor stuff. Again, his name is Eric. He's in Wichita, Kansas. His call is Kilo Zero Echo Lima Bravo. Kilo Zero Echo Lima Bravo. And don't have an email address, but he says he's good in QRZ, so There you got it. KM5QS, W5DPK. Everybody sounds great.
Okay, all righty. I'm going to repeat this and see if I got it right, if I got my shorthand working this evening. There's a gentleman named Eric, Kilo Zero, Echo Lima Bravo. He's up in Wichita. I got an uncle lives in Wichita, Kansas. And Eric is looking to buy a 30L1 Collins amplifier and an R390A receiver. He's wanted to buy it, or he's willing to do some trading. I believe he's got a Yaesu FT3000 DX or whatever the nomenclature is, that he would be willing to trade towards some of this stuff. So if anybody would be interested, look him up on QRZ under K0ELB, and maybe y'all can work something out. Did I get that right, Dennis?
Oh, you done real good.
Thank you, sir. Practice doesn't necessarily make perfect, but it helps.
Amen.
Okay. All right. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited this evening?
Delta. Yeah, Delta Kilo recheck.
All right, Delta Kilo, and then there was another one. I'll get you next. But Delta Kilo, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Don. I had a little problem earlier that Drake TR4 is not behaving. But I had a question for Steve and Tyler, 0CD something. I'm not sure he's still here, if I can ask him something, Jay.
It's behaving now.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know his whole call sign. The gentleman in Tyler, Steve.
That's K0SCD. Steve, are you still there?
You bet, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a curious question. Well, I'm not on the boat anchor. That's why it's on frequency. Do you happen to know Glenn Taylor? He's a silent key now.
No, not by name.
All right, I didn't know his call too well. Anyways, I'll get back to you, Jay. Thanks for everybody for running the net. Glenn, Rusty, Jay. And
no problem.
Play with TR4 this week. Figure it out. Y'all have a good evening. W5DK.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Don. No problem. Good evening, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Jay.
That's good. I hope all of us are. All right. Anyway, there was another station in there that was trying to call a second ago. Come now, please.
Kilo 5 Delta Juliet Whiskey, Dave over in Beaumont, Mississippi, running a Drake TR4C, D104 microphone. We're running barefoot into an off-center fence dipole about 50 feet high, and just wanted to say hey to everyone this evening. A lot of nice sounding boat anchors. Always enjoy hearing the signals and who's there. Thank you for listening in, and back to that K5DJW.
No problem, Dave. Well, it's our pleasure. We have fun doing this, or we wouldn't do it. So, it's all part of the deal. So appreciate it. Maybe we'll see you next week. All right. Who is next? Come now, please.
Whiskey Oscar Zoo.
Well, I wondered where you were, Dan. Go ahead.
Well, I've just been sitting here about across the room. Well, I bumped my knob, I think, a little bit there, but maybe it'll settle down. This Dan, KWLZ in Houston, talking on the same old stuff. Kenwood TS 830. Had a homebrew single 4CX 600J doing about 700 watts. And microphone's an MC50. The antenna is a 2-band bazooka up about 40 feet. And we're going through a Drake MN2000 tuner that's just in bypass. And that's about it from here. The band actually is not that bad. And I figured it'd be all gone by now. Thanks for letting us in, Jay. See everybody later. And pray for an April Belton, KWOZ.
Oh, you got that right. I'm just, yeah. Anticipating. I think you could make an amplifier out of most anything. Well, anyway, It sounds great, Dan. No problem. You're number 35 this evening so far, so I'm surprised the band is still with us. Let's see how long we can stretch it out. Anyone else for the boat anchors? Well, I'm not hearing anyone. How about you, Rusty?
I don't know, but I'll give it a try. All right. This is WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited. I do have a quick question. Bob, ZXG, are you still there? I guess Bob took on off. Lynn, was that Al from Wimberley y'all were talking about?
Yeah, we knew that his family had moved him to a condo in Austin, but I couldn't find any way to get in touch with him. I didn't know where it was, and they never got in touch with us until his wife found my name and phone number on a piece of paper last week. So we got together.
Roger. Well, I knew both him and his son. I used to talk to them some on 20 meters. There was a group of us that was on 20 meters, and they came on just before I did, so I used to talk to them down 20 meters out of my mobile there. And his son's name was either Leon or Larry. I can't remember. But I can't remember his call either. Anyway, I just thought I'd ask that question. I'm sorry to hear that, too. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. I heard somebody, but I couldn't make it out. Try it again. All right. Anybody else out there we hadn't talked to yet wants to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. KB0UOZ. Perry, you around anywhere? Well, we may have run out of them, Lynn.
Well, we've been talking a long time here. Shall I put out a call and see if I do anything?
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to go around one more time, we will, and then I can tie the strings on it.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's tonight, this is a real good example of how do we predict when we should be on. You know, we get on early, we're conflicting with everybody else on 80 meters. If we wait until 7:30, a lot of those people are gone, but then the band's been dying. So all I know to do is, onward through the fog, we say here in Austin. And I hope everybody will be tolerant and give everybody else a break here. All right, this is K5LYN, Lynn in Austin on the cheap and easy SSB built by KG7TR from an article in QST 1956, and I'm listening on the Drake 2B. Anybody else want to talk to us tonight? I'm listening. Well, I'll have to say that we've had a lot of great signals here. We heard Central Electronics 20A, and we heard Kenneth on his HD32. We got a good variety of stuff. One last call on my part. Failing that, we may be winding it down here. Anybody want to talk to us about boat anchors? K5LYN, listening? Well, too bad. The band's nice and quiet right now. All right, Jay, your turn.
You had one in there, Lynn.
Oh, I didn't hear. Who is that? Anybody can hear him? Pick him up.
Kilo 5 station, try it again. Well, he's real light on me. Kilo 5, try it one more time.
It was a Kilo 5 Romeo Oscar, and I didn't get the last letter.
Hotel.
Oh, okay. K5ROH, go ahead. We'll see if we can pull you out.
I think he said his name was Bob, and he's outside Fort Hood.
Yeah, I got Bob, but that's about all I got, Ralph.
He's outside Fort Hood. He needs a better antenna.
I heard outside Copper Cove.
Same deal.
Yeah, it's right there by it. Yeah, between the weak signal and all the interference, that's all I can get.
Bob, try us again next week, and check your, I don't know if you're running unamplified or QRP, but you may need a little more power, or maybe you just need to tweak your antenna a little bit. But thanks for trying.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Well, I think people have heard me. I was just passing it to Jay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay, folks, I guess we're about to wind it down. Before we take off, I'm not going to visit this subject into any great detail. I'm sure you know what I'm alluding to, and there's no need to go into it, stir it up. Pray for the country. Just pray for the country. That's all I'm going to say. Pray for justice and truth. And that's what we need to do. We'll get through it. So, with that being said, is there anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now, please.
What time is the net going to meet next week?
What do you think, Lynn? About 6:30?
Yeah, I think we might as well. I mean, well, we can watch. Yeah, 6:30. If it's not a good time, we can be on later. But who can predict the future?
Yeah, that's true. Well, these people that are down below us are not normally there. They're not there every time, so they may not be there next week. I don't know what prompted them to be there this week. I didn't feel the need to go listen, but at any rate, yeah, the answer to your question, sir, is pretty close to 6:30.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, about the other people, Jay, Mike, when KG7TR came in, he was getting all kind of interference and really couldn't talk to us. So maybe those people, maybe we're hearing people that are often there, but we just don't hear them.
Well, there's no telling. It might have been the band is doing something different tonight than it did last night, so it's really hard to say. But we have to have something of a schedule, or else nobody will know where or when to find us.
Yeah. Last winter we did 6:30 all winter, but this is a fluke tonight because of the last several days that I've been in here. The band was dead by this time. It's wide open now.
Yeah, I know. It's called Murphy's Law. He'll get that cotton picking Murphy. He'll get you every time.
Okay.
Well, it's just a hobby. We roll with the punches.
Got to do that. And just no matter what happens, from the worst to the best, keep a firm grip on your sense of humor, and like you say in Austin, onward through the fog. I've enjoyed this evening and appreciate everybody that checked in. We had 35, 36 if you want to count Bob in Fort Hood check-ins, and have enjoyed it immensely, and we'll do it again next week. So 7-3s from KM5QS, and I'll pass it to Rusty.
Can I be 37 inside KBP?
Hey, go ahead, Marty. I got you.
Okay, I was playing with a toy I just unboxed. It's not quite a boat anchor, but I'm checking it out.
Roger. Well, sounds good, Marty.
Dave, like I said, just figure out the box and kind of microphone for it. Good one, inside KBP.
All right, thanks for checking in, Marty. All right, is there anybody else out there before I close the net here for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. There's somebody there. I don't know if they were talking to us or a little off frequency.
That's below.
That's what, Jay?
It's an ongoing conversation that's been there.
Oh, okay. Probably propagational situation. All right. We thank everybody for checking in. And me and Jay and Lynn, or whoever else we might have doing net control, we appreciate y'all checking in, because without y'all we couldn't do this. We know what it takes to keep these old things up on the air and running. So we appreciate y'all checking in. We'll look for you again next week. And again, the time is shifting to 6:30. And we'll try it again next week, next Wednesday at 6:30. We'll look for y'all then. Well, this is WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, now closing the net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. And this thing settled down back on frequency again, sounds like.
I have a technical question for anyone that's technically oriented. KWZ.
Good luck.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. See what we can do.
All right. I'm embarrassed to say I just got an adjustable soldering station here. You know, my first official one that's got a speedometer on it. Otherwise, I've used 20 watt, 40 watt, 80 watt switches. You know, but these new ones all look at temperature. I have no clue what the typical solder temperature, melting temperature would be. Anybody know?
Your mid-range, normal for your smaller stuff would be in the 600 deal. The 788 is your when you need a little high heat. Careful, you will burn circuit boards with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I got it. I set it up here at 480F anyway. And, boy, it seems to melt that solder right quick. I didn't know if that was too high or not.
I run mine at about 800 something all the time, Dan.
Wow.
Got to have a light touch when you do that.
I guess I got a steady hand then. I do a lot of soldering, as you well know.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to crank it up a little bit. What I'll have to do is measure the temperature on my old one, I guess, see what that is.
Yeah, that would be one way. I don't know what the formula is.
Temperature guns.
Say again, Bob?
Oh, this is Ralph. I said, Dan used one of those little infrared radar guns or heat guns.
Oh, yeah, I got two of them, one upstairs and one down. I've never measured it. I had no clue. Do you know, Ralph?
No, I have the Weller station, and it's calibrated, I think, 0 to 100.
Yeah, okay.
And I think mine, the light stuff, you know, the little circuit board stuff, I usually keep it about 50 or so. I don't know if that 50 means it's 500 watts or if it's, 50 watts of heat. I don't know.
I think that's probably a percentage on one like that, Ralph.
Yeah, I think most of those Wellers are, 80 watt or so, I think.
Yeah, I got the box here. Let me see if I get my glasses on and read it.
Dan, are you near a phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you a call here.
Okay. You got my number?
281-974-8171.
Roger.
Okay.
Okay.
My little Weller is just a 50 watter.
Okay. Well, most of them that I've had have been 20, 40, 60. I had one that was 80, but most of them I think are about 40. 40 watts is plenty. I just don't know what temperature that is.
Yeah, I don't either. I bought
You're
that
right
little adjustable one. I was going to get really ambitious and try to work on my 940s, you know, on the boards, resolder everything. So I figured I need a little pencil rather than a gun.
I got one of those Radio Shack. It's got 3 presets, about 362 degrees or 680 degrees or 788 degrees. And if I got a fairly big piece I want to solder, I'll go to 788. And usually I stay around 680.
Yeah, I'm just looking at mine now. It's a Whiskey Echo Sierra WES 51, so it's mainly for the smaller stuff. My Weller soldering guns, I think one of them is 100, dual, I think it's 100, 125, or 150. Got 2 speeds on that.
Yeah, the small one is, but the larger Weller one is like a 200 watt.
Oh yeah, well the smaller one has two temperature settings. You know, you push the trigger in, you get the low heat. You push the trigger in again, you get the high heat.
Roger, Roger.
I think it's 100 watts,
my
and it goes up to 150.
I've got 2 of them. They're the same station. They just got a different name on them. One of them is one they make for Radio Shack, and the other one is that what is it? Tenma. Dan said he'd heard of that. It's variable all the way, or you can do 3 presets on it and set it for memory.
And I just use the variable all the way is what I use.
Yeah, I do everything from surface mount technology to copper plumbing with a welded 2-range
Well, one of these old welders, I've had it since the, good grief, probably late 60s, early 70s.
They last forever except for the tip, WA5EDA.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes they don't bounce too good anymore.
Yeah, that plastic gets a little brittle. If you knock one off on the concrete floor, it's done for.
Yeah, that bakelite don't last too good. I run mine up pretty high. I run it up all the way there because I do a lot of soldering. Of course, it's not real small soldering either on these boards that I make. I do a lot of soldering on those. Now, if I do something real small, I'll change to a real fine tip is what I do.
You know, I used to think those welder tips were made out of steel-clad copper or something, or copper-clad steel, whatever, but I found out they're made out of gold. You ever tried to buy one lately?
Well, yeah, I saw it on eBay, yeah, and they don't last very long either there.
I tell you what, I'm making all mine now. Just strip number 10, copper wire, flatten the tip with a hammer, then bend it to shape.
You know, that's probably the best thing to do.
They'll usually last me, doing that, they'll last 2 or 3 months, and that was almost daily usage. Jay, that's not my old TS820S you're selling, is it?
Jay, you still in there?